welcome to Aiden and Cooper's Movie Castle. My name is Aiden.
I'm Cooper.
And today we're doing the second in our series of the Gen Z Canon. This is a big passion project for you especially, but I'm really loving this. What are you excited for this new installment?
I am excited for this new installment. I think if you heard our previous episode, you know that I didn't really have a huge relationship with the kids' movies, which kind of has, admittedly, since editing that episode, has sent me into a bit of a spiral about what is my childhood and why don't I give a shit about these, and
Oh, really?
why don't they mean anything to me, and why did I seem to grow out of these so early? What's wrong with me?
I don't know. I think that I had more of a connection to a lot of those than a lot of normal people do.
I guess so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's a middle ground there. Right?
Yeah.
I don't think you're weird for that. I think a lot of people are like that.
Yeah. But I like, I think this is a better batch of movies, or at least ones that I can talk about. So
I'm excited.
In a more real way. All right. Well, to reiterate, Gen Z is 1997 to 2012. Our focus is people born between 2002 and 2006, roughly. So these are movies that will appeal to those people. But this list is focusing on the 2000s, and there's probably a lot of stuff here that millennials fuck with heavy, and other people fuck with heavy, and that's okay.
Yeah. I was wondering about movies previous to 2000. Like, what are we going to do with those, you think?
I'm not sure. I mean, with our childhood one, I did list off a bunch, but maybe it's something we could return to at some point.
Yeah.
I'll put a paywall up for that one. So.
Oh, cool. Badass.
Yeah.
So there was kind of a harder list to think about because the childhood movies are exclusive to that generation for the most part. Our generation.
Yes.
And these ones aren't. And we had to decide, like, what is the difference between just like making a list of the most mainstream movies of these years or whatever, and also we don't want it to be too Letterboxd coded, and we don't want to our film bro minds,
Yeah.
So you're not gonna see like some Fincher movies or something like that, or any like foreign films except for like Ghibli on this list. It's just not that kind of a list, I guess.
It's not. It's all populous. And again, we're doing 40 movies. We did 40 movies last time, and so that seems to be the trend right now.
Yeah, these are just the movies that we think have stuck with our generation, which is kind of an interesting group of movies to look at. Some of them are kind of like, well, course kind of picks, but there are some weird ones in here that we can talk about its legacy and how it's gotten here.
Yeah, and I think it's really interesting that some years only have like a couple movies, and then you get like 2004, which has like a bunch of movies, and then like 2005, which only has like a couple. Again.
Yeah, I'm excited to look into that with you and see if there's any like reason behind that, or if that's just how it happened.
And then obviously the later years in the decade are going to appeal to us more as we were a little bit older, so there will be more movies from that era.
Yeah. All right. You want to start, man?
Yeah. All right. So the first movie we have is American Psycho. What's her name? Mary Harron?
Yes.
Yes. Adapted from a book, and this is, I think, one of, looking at this list, maybe the most memed movie on this list. That was a big thing for our last list, was memes, and this is kind of.
I might fight with you on that one, but I see where you're coming from.
Well, yeah, there might be another one.
Well, I just had such a bold claim for a list that's so based on its culture, it's like a status in the internet or whatever. Yeah. So I'm just gonna have to. I don't have any rebukes for you right now, but as we go through,
I could see some rebukes for this one. And this one.
Yeah, this is good podcasting right here.
I don't want to spoil the list.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil the list.
American Psycho is a fascinating little text. It belongs in its little package with Wolf of Wall Street and Fight Club and stuff like that. It's of subversive movies about masculinity that have been taken the wrong way. But I think that people saying that sometimes are like I don't know. I don't think that happens as much as people say it does. I think most people are on the level with this movie. Or do you think that the majority of people are kind of in the wrong when it comes to these kinds of movies?
I think that because this is like, again, the meme quality of it, I think people have realized that what the joke is of the movie.
Yeah, you're right.
Whereas I don't think people get Fight Club, if that makes sense.
Okay, so the people that love American Psycho, they love Fight Club for the wrong reasons, but they might like American Psycho for the right reasons?
I think so. I mean, you're definitely going to get people that like it for the wrong reasons, but you ever been called the Sigma?
Have I ever been called a Sigma? No.
Yeah, you ever been compared to Patrick Bateman?
No, believe it or not, I have not. I live with people that have.
Right.
And
yeah.
I live with people that love this movie as well, and they love it for the right reasons. Because I think that this movie is... I mean, it's not nothing without Christian Bale, but Christian Bale is the reason why it's on this list, you know?
Yeah.
If this is someone else, it's a really interesting kind of art house movie from Mary Harron, you know? I mean, it's not art house. That's what's kind of cool about it, is that it's very subversive and strange. Has a lot of art house sensibilities. It's rooted in a lot of exploitation and shit like that, but it has a pretty substantial budget from Lionsgate here.
Yeah.
And I think that was hard to get, and there aren't many female-led movies of this, not female-led, but female-directed movies, like, of this scale that are allowed to be this kind of, like, toothy and strange, subversive, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a cool little beast. What do you think about this movie? Like, how much does it mean to you?
It doesn't mean a whole lot to me. I liked it when I saw it a couple of years ago. I haven't seen it since. But I will tell you that when I was working at a DVD store, we were constantly getting new copies of this.
Yeah.
And teenagers were always buying it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So I don't know. I knew this had to be on the list because, like, I have seen with my own eyes people be like, oh, you're out of that movie? When are you going to get another copy of it, you know?
Right, yeah.
So...
Why do you think that is? Is it just, like, I think the performance, and I think him being in the Dark Knight trilogy,
it's
this
possible.
is like an extension of that?
I do wonder if this is sort of like Baby's first disturbing movie.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Because it's got nudity and gore and a really strange, like, social implications and stuff like that. You can see it feels a little dirty when you're watching it, but not... You know, you're right. It is a sanitized version of that. But
yeah.
But for its credit, it's not a sanitized version of that. It's just more along that line.
And also,
you know?
if I'm 16 years old and I'm seeing, you know, like the the business card thing online, you know, maybe I'll go seek out the movie. You know, if I'm seeing a lot of this movie online, I'll probably seek it out.
Yeah, Huey Lewis in the News, that whole bit.
Exactly.
There's a lot of stuff in this movie, then, and it's got a lot of stars that have stuck around just as smaller guys. Take or leave Justin Theroux or whatever, who haven't really stuck around. I think that, I don't know. It's a perfect college movie, but like, and it was when it came out. This is just one of the few that have stuck around, you know?
Yeah.
Boondock Saints isn't on this list. Things like that were college movies of the day. I think this stays because it has the feminist angle as well as it's appealing to the same types of people that it was appealing to back then, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to move on to the next one?
Yeah, next one is X-Men. This is Bryan Singer's film. This is one of the first probably the first in the 2000s line of successful comic book adaptations.
I think Blade is a 90s movie, right? It's like a late. Is Blade 90s? I can't remember.
I think so. I think it's late 90s.
I mean, this is I think the only movie we have on this list that's representing the sort of leather era of comic book movies, where
that's a good question.
Aside from, I mean, I don't know. Aside from Hulk and aside from Spider-Man, where it was like comic book movies were kind of ashamed of comic books, and I think this is the prime example of that. I also think this is important for this list because this is our first instance of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, which is, I think, an important casting for people our age, and it's the only one that really hasn't been like recast yet.
Right.
It probably will soon, but you know.
It will. Do you think that people rewatch this movie from our generation? I think I like it here as what it represents, stuff like that. But do you think that people rewatch this movie in our generation, or do they go for later ones? Is it just like is this a substitute for any X-Men movie?
Well, I think X2 is considered the best one in the franchise. So if they're going to watch any of them, it's going to be X2. But again, we're generally with this series only doing the first one. Yeah. With the exception of a movie we have coming up soon. But I mean, the X-Men movies kind of suck. Yeah. With few exceptions. I mean, First Class, people like that. Days of Future Past. That's a banger. It's a banger. But the rest of them, you could take or leave. Yes. You know, Logan aside.
I haven't seen X2. You
haven't seen X2?
And I've barely seen X-Men.
Okay.
As a kid, I always had this air of that shit's boring.
Oh yeah?
Is that common?
I don't really care for this one. Okay. That much. All right. I think X2 is all right. People like that one more.
X3's funny.
X3 people dunk on X3.
The Toad joke is funny.
Yeah.
I would. In another life, I'm my age in 07. When did Last Stand come out? Something like
2006. I'm looking at it right now.
06. Yeah. Cool. And that the Toad joke happens, and I just lose my shit, and no one else does, and I'm escorted out of the theater.
Honestly, I think that you should watch watch X3, X-Men: The Last Stand.
Mm-hmm.
I think, people don't like this movie, but I think you'll find it fascinating. It's going to be one of those movies. Elliot Page is in it as Kitty Pryde, and the Juggernaut's in the movie.
Right, because they introduce a lot of people.
Yeah,
in the third.
They do.
Yeah, and that's the Dark Phoenix, one of 2 or 3.
There's a lot of adaptations going on in that movie.
Yeah,
that's the big issue with it, is it's not focused on any one storyline.
Which is crazy to do with Dark Phoenix.
Exactly, because you got the Cure storyline. We're talking about the wrong movie.
Yeah,
here,
you're right.
But I think X-Men has some serious pacing issues, if I'm going to be honest. But I don't know. It's the leather era of superhero movies that I think deserves to be represented here.
And we have Spider-Man on the previous list.
We do.
So this is our representation of superhero movies for the most part until like later on in the decade, where superhero movies have changed. But I really like your thinking of the leather era of it. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I think we only have 2 other superhero movies on this list.
But this and Spider-Man in succession. They're the 1-2 punch that solidifies this for me. It's from stopping being like what Batman and Robin was, and what the Burton movies were as a whole, and the Superman movies or whatever, and have gotten us where we are today.
Yeah, and I don't know if Spider-Man would have been what it is without this movie coming first. So
probably not.
Yeah.
All right, next up
we got Donnie Darko, the Richard Kelly movie. This is one of his only movies. Have you heard about how young this guy was when he made this movie?
No.
He was in his early to mid 20s.
Man.
He just wrote the script and it caught fire, and they're like, I guess you can direct it, sure.
There's rumors of him coming back.
Yeah.
I would love to see him come back because I really liked The Box. I haven't seen Southland Tales yet. It's just I know I'm going to be insufferable about that movie when it comes out, but this is a guy who made his pinnacle as his first movie, and that's kind of a tough place to be in, and what a weird place to be in for someone that young. But this is a certified college movie, and it has stayed that way. And this is another kind of expand your mind kind of movie for a lot of young people out there, and it has stuck around. I think also Gyllenhaal being in it helps. Yeah. And I think the poster helps, and the soundtrack helps. There's a lot of stuff going for it. Drew Barrymore, Rogan, killing a woman. Sorry. I watched this once. I was like, all right, I kind of get it, and then didn't mean anything to me.
Same boat for me. I do think though that if you're a very pessimistic person, this is probably your jam. You probably saw this. If you were feeling real bad about life in 8th grade and you saw this is probably the movie for you.
Yeah.
Very nihilistic, and I do think it deserves to be here for that.
I wonder if there's a trend between the movies that have stuck around that are that kind of nihilist late 90s, early 2000s movies that have stuck. And I wonder if it's just the vibes of 2000 and late 90s are corny. Maybe. Unless they are grimy. If they're grimy, people fuck with it. If they do feel pessimistic and that kind of whatever the Matrix had cooking up and Fight Club and stuff like that. Maybe that's the juice.
It is possible. It is pre 9/11, so it's not, people aren't too down on things at the time.
That is interesting. It feels kind of post 9/11 movie.
Yeah, and it's interesting about Donnie Darko is that it came out in 2001, but it is I think pre 9/11.
Yeah, I mean, even if it wasn't, it would have been made before 9/11. It feels like it could be a fall movie, but so that would have been a weird vibe.
Yeah, it's a Sundance movie, but it looks like it did come out later, actually, post. Yeah, its theatrical was in 2004, actually.
Oh, really?
Really interesting stuff. Yeah.
I wonder sorry, I haven't seen this in a long time. This has a plane crash in it.
This does have a plane crash, yes.
I wonder if they pushed it because of that.
It's possible.
It has such a pessimistic movie with a plane crash in the center.
Yeah.
It's interesting. So those past 2, American Psycho, X-Men, those are 2000s. This is in our 2001. We have a good chunk of 2001 movies here.
Yeah, we have a few of them.
Next up is Spirited Away.
Yeah.
This is our only Ghibli on
No,
this
we
list?
have one other Ghibli.
Okay. Yes, we do. All right. So this is a little bit going into film territory, but I do think this means a lot to a lot of people, and this is a weird movie that is able to cross over. Unless you're my dad, he was just fuck that shit. What the hell is that?
Yeah.
I think there's something ethereal about this movie that can't really be understated, and I think that when it came out in '01, I think it was also like 2000. It was 2002 in the States, as well.
Yeah.
This was pitched by I think this is one of the first ones that Disney had control over. Or, no, I think this was Harvey Weinstein. This was Miramax. Disney came later. This is Miramax kind of rolling out the red carpet for this movie and kind of supporting it like it was a normal one of their movies. And I think they got it in front of a lot more people, and it made it a serious Oscar contender and got Miyazaki the win. And so I think this is an important movie for Ghibli for a lot of people. And I know that's not our generation, but it established that generation. People can pass down Ghibli movies like this. And so I don't know. This has what things like Donnie Darko has, where it's kind of a mind expander. It's this is kind of deep. It's a first kind of it's an introduction to a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I think this goes well with another movie in 2001. I think we'll talk about it in a bit.
Yes, we have Legally Blonde next.
Yes, we do.
Finally, a movie that isn't so down.
Yeah.
I don't know what was going on, but this is I don't know. I think the defining Reese Witherspoon movie for this era, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, especially for our generation. Yeah, I mean, she had things like Election and Cruel Intentions and things like that. But for our generation, I think it was this. This is her introduction to us.
Yeah, I think this is definitely more mainstream, because if you look at her with Election or Fear or Cruel Intentions, it's a little, I don't know. I don't want to call it art house, but this is a big breakthrough. This and American Psycho back to back.
So this movie, I think, did mean a lot to me, especially in junior high. I don't know if it meant a lot, but it was around. It passed around, and I remember me and my friends, we had a double feature. We watched the two. I think I had watched it a lot previously with my mom. This was one that my mom showed me a lot, and this is the introduction of Jennifer Coolidge to our generation too, which I think is important to our generation. And I don't know. I think it's a really, really well-written movie and one of the best of these early 2000s comedies and one of the perfect star vehicles. I think this there's a reason why it stuck around. I think it's a nice premise, and it has a really great way of making her not entirely stupid like a lot of movies in this generation do. They make her smart in different ways, or just like a klutz, or things like that. It never feels disparaging, and it has a good soundtrack. I think there's a lot of reasons why this is stuck around. All right, next one up is Mulholland Drive, which is kind of the second step before Spirited Away. I think Spirited Away might be first step, and then
something like Mulholland Drive. You might see Spirited Away at 12, and then watch Mulholland Drive at 17.
Right.
Yeah.
Mulholland Drive kicks ass. I really love this movie, and it was one of the ones where I watched it and that I really wanted to watch it again. This was my second Lynch movie, I think, after Eraserhead, and I don't know, man. It's got a power to it, and it's really naughty, but I think it's just it's one of the David Lynch movies that is not super obnoxious for normal people to watch, because I feel like it's more telegraphed that you just let it soak over you.
Yeah.
And it's got better vibes.
I mean, it's an Oscar movie. I don't think he'd had an Oscar movie since Elephant Man, so there's that.
The Straight Story, how dare you?
Oh, that's right, The Straight Story.
He got nomination there for his
This is, I think, the only Lynch movie that's going to be on any of our lists. So
yeah, because he gets weirder. This is his most commercial film.
It is.
Even The Straight Story, it didn't do well as Mulholland Drive did, even though that one's much more traditional. But this and Elephant Man are his two most commercial films, I think.
Yeah, I would say so.
And he's not interested in the slightest in doing that again after this.
Exactly, yeah. He kind of takes... I mean, he does Inland Empire shortly after this, and then he stops.
Yeah.
Until Twin Peaks, The Return. So, I don't have a huge relationship with Mulholland Drive. I've seen it once, and I was kind of annoyed by it because I didn't get it. And I should probably watch it again, and I will one day, but it's not my go-to Lynch.
Yeah, I mean, he's got some scenes in it that are with me forever.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think it's wonderful. I think it is due a rewatch for you, sir.
It probably is, yeah.
Next up, a famous famous 9/11 movie here, Zoolander. This is the week of 9/11 when this shit dropped.
Is it actually?
It was.
Wow.
So it bombed because it was the week after 9/11.
Yeah.
And people didn't feel good about going to the theater to see
Mm-hmm.
whatever Ben Stiller's up to. This is Ben Stiller's sophomore film after Reality Bites. No, I think The Cable Guy is before this. So I think it's Reality Bites, Cable Guy, and then Zoolander.
That's true.
And so, he just, I don't know, man. I think this is a great movie. I think my friends really loved it. I do think it's got a lot of shit that holds up. I think this is one that could hold the crown for memes. I think American Psycho is above it, but it's in the conversation.
It definitely is.
I think it's a perfect amount of silly for a lot of people. If your mileage may vary on it, but that DVD is around a lot of places and has had a nice life on streaming. Had an iconic sequel. Do you remember the iconic sequel?
I do. I just actually barely saw Zoolander for the first time like 2 weeks ago.
Oh right, and you didn't fuck with it that much.
No, it's not my thing.
Not your jam.
No, not really.
What do you think that is?
I don't know. I'm just not on Owen Wilson's and Ben Stiller's humor. Just I don't know.
Oh,
I don't click with it.
So have you watched Severance or anything like that?
No.
You fuck with MIDI?
I haven't seen MIDI.
I went to a class, a history film class, and it's a lot of not filmmakers, people that are like, I want on the side, I like movies.
Yeah.
There are two people that said MIDI.
It's an elective course.
It's an elective course, exactly. And it was really kind of fun to hear what got them, what radicalized them into like taking that class, you know? One of them was Priscilla, which I thought was interesting. Like, they just kind of watched Priscilla on HBO Max, and it was just like, oh, fuck.
I could see
something here.
Yeah, we'll talk about Priscilla, I'm sure, in a future episode.
Yeah, so I think Zoolander's got a lot of quotes going for it, a lot of things you can do, and I think that leads to, like, a viral nature towards it, even when it came out.
Yeah.
My turn or your turn?
Yeah, well, you can do this next one. You just watched this.
I did.
So.
I just watched Signs. So this is one of two movies that I watched to prepare for this because I hadn't watched Signs before because I kind of wanted to watch it with my dad and my sister, but we never got around to it, so I just went and watched it. Which means this was the 15th movie of M. Night Shyamalan's I've seen. I watched Lady in the Water before I watched Signs. You know.
Wow.
I'm really interested in his career as a whole, and I didn't know how heavily he leans into his Christian stuff in this movie. Do you know about his things with religion?
Not really. I'm not really a huge Shyamalan Ding Dong guy. So.
I just think he's so interesting. Like, not a lot of his movies are like classics for me, but every single one of them I'm fascinated by. And he was brought into America, and then his parents they put him in a Christian school, not because of any religious reason. It's just the best school that they could find.
Okay.
And so then he had this really weird kind of resentment toward it. And his first movie that he made was Praying with Anger, and kind of going through all that kind of stuff. And then he made a movie called Wide Awake, and they're very similar in tone. They're sappy, and they're dealing with this dude's questioning his faith and being like, what the fuck is this all? And then he got really pissed off that none of them got very popular, even though he was under Weinstein's care. They really liked him over there. And then he was just like, I'm going to make a movie that I know people will like. And that was The Sixth Sense. He was just like, I'm going to try to make in a vacuum the most appealing movie I could make. And that was his thing. And so people consider that his first movie. But then there's some stuff with faith in that movie, not a whole lot. And Unbreakable, his next movie, you can read into it. But then in Signs, that's the text of Signs, which I thought was super interesting and not really what I expected from Signs. Because the reason it's on this list is because it is a lot of people's when they hear Signs, they're like, oh, that movie fucked me up as a kid. And I knew the alien stuff, I knew the water stuff, I knew the shot on the news or whatever of the alien where he walks through the birthday party, and then Joaquin Phoenix is like, you know. But this is a weird movie, man.
It is. I haven't seen it in a long time. I can't really remember it too well.
It's a lot of family drama. It's mostly family drama.
It is,
and it's kind of complicated family drama. they're all talking like Shyamalan, but you know, it's really interesting. And Gibson's doing good stuff. I haven't watched a lot of Gibson movies.
Yeah.
And he's good. Hope he hasn't done anything, you know.
Yeah.
It's so interesting because I was looking into him afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
It's so interesting that after all that stuff happens, Hacksaw Ridge got nominated for 10 awards, you know, and he got nominated for director. That's so interesting to me. And now he's kind of out again. Unless Trump has anything to say about it, you know. I just don't really know the arc of that. I wasn't really around for Mel Fever, and now that I'm here, it's similar to Woody Allen, where I'm just like, I haven't really engaged with your shit, you know.
I wouldn't survive Mel Fever, I don't think.
No.
No, I don't. Yeah, it's a cool movie. I haven't seen it in a while, so I can't really remember it too well. But, yeah, it's not my favorite M. Night Shyamalan. It's probably Sixth Sense for me still. But
yeah.
So you've seen every single one of his movies except for which one?
His first two. I've watched most of After Earth. I fell asleep.
Okay.
I need to rewatch After Earth. But yeah.
Yeah.
I've watched The Happening. I've watched them all except for those, and they're interesting.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah, Trap. I love Trap.
Like Trap?
I love Trap.
I like Trap too.
Trap's the one I have the most love for, I think. Even though Unbreakable and Sixth Sense are much better. Mm-hmm. Unbreakable's my favorite, I think.
All right, we got The Bourne Identity next on the list. This is the Doug Liman. This is the only one he did. Yeah, the Doug Liman action movie from 2002.
The rest are Greengrass, right?
Doug Liman?
No, the rest of the Bournes are Greengrass, I think.
Oh yeah.
And I associate it more with Greengrass than I do with our boy.
Yes. I don't know. This is just. I don't know if this is like a huge one for you. It's not for me, but this is like I think one of the important DVD action franchises of the 2000s is the Bourne movies.
I think a lot of kids watch it with their dads, and I think it establishes a lot of what action would become. And there's a lot of people's idea of an action movie that grew up around this time. So I think it's a good pick.
Yeah.
Next one is Kill Bill. This is the Tarantino movie for our generation until you get to the 2010s. This is a movie that was very commercial and kind of did what Matrix did, which is just kind of like fold in a lot of influences together, and it was at a time where people were fucking with that, like with what the stew was. And I would love to have seen this in theaters like when it came out, and then went into the second one and saw that as well.
Exactly.
It's so interesting to me as a culture.
All of his movies are folding in influence, but I think if you're not in the know with Pulp Fiction or Jackie Brown, you might not know that immediately.
Sometimes he's pulling from just like stuff that's not as right, noticeable.
But Kill Bill is like obvious. Mm-hmm. So like
Just
you don't need to have a film degree to know what Kill Bill is like doing. We have one other Tarantino movie on this list that we'll talk about later, obviously, but it's Death Proof.
Yeah.
I think I love this movie.
Yeah, man, it rocks.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, maybe if you haven't seen the movie, I just think the poster's very, I don't know, iconic.
The poster, the costume, everything.
Like this movie has always existed in my mind. I remember seeing the Kill Bill poster as a kid and being very curious by it, but obviously not seeing it till I was much older.
Mm-hmm. And this is a movie that gets referenced in stuff too.
It does, yeah.
And so, you have very much of an awareness for it. So when I went on, because I wasn't allowed to see R-rated movies for a while, and when I went on my first killing streak, and I said, "Fuck you, Mom and Dad," and I watched them in my bed. You hit the ones that you feel like are the most important, and that's where a lot of these come in, you know? Like, I think American Psycho is on that list, and Mulholland Drive's on that list, but mostly Kill Bill. Kill Bill, Pulp Fiction, those are ones you hit early, you know?
They're definitely, like, the most mainstream Tarantino movies.
Yeah.
And the anime sequence, I think that's something our generation really... I think we fuck with that.
I think we do. And I think even more now than ever. And I wonder if this has any influence on that.
Yeah, K-pop Demon Hunter.
Yeah. Next up, we have The Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
Yes.
This is the one we chose.
Yes.
The Academy chose this one.
Well, generally speaking, people will talk about this one because they're just like, it just sums up all of them. So, whole trilogy is in this movie.
Yeah. This meant a lot to my friends. It meant a lot to my family. It's never meant much to me, but this is like an incredible achievement from Peter Jackson, and
It
it
is.
was like it also just established a new kind of fandom as it was coming up, and people were just like, how the fuck is he pulling this off, and getting a lot of normal people interested in fantasy. And I think is a big part of fan culture
Exactly.
now.
Yeah.
As much or even more so than stuff like X-Men.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't have a huge relationship with these either. I'm not really a fantasy guy, but this is maybe the last like pure fantasy movie, like mainstream fantasy movie that people give a shit about.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the peak of that genre, so like nobody can top this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next one, man. Take it away.
This is the only movie on this list I haven't seen.
Oh.
Yeah. It's Tommy Wiseau's The Room.
Mm-hmm. And this is the yin to something like Kill Bill's yang, where if you're trying to be stranger with your movie picks, this is the first one that you see. The Room is a beautiful artifact, and is this generation's, the 2000s Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's a lot of decades of Rocky. Like, I don't know. There has only been 2 movies like this, Rocky Horror and this. Are there many others that you'd think of, like, along this line? Like, audience participation lives in art house infamy forever, you know? Like, is there anything that's challenging the throne for those 2?
No, and I don't even think The Room and Rocky Horror Picture are, like, even on the same level to me. Like, I mean, I get what you mean, but, like, I think The Room is still so much, like, reviled more than Rocky Horror.
Reviled? How do you mean?
People still dunk on The Room.
But that's the whole point of it.
I know, but people genuinely love Rocky Horror at this point.
But I mean, just audience participation.
Yeah.
It's always in the art house theaters. You know, it's a boon for business, and you're throwing shit and you're saying shit. So I went to, when I heard about The Room as a young film man, I got so excited. I really loved the idea of bad movies, and I watched a lot of bad movies with my friends, and we kind of discovered that there is an art to the bad movie of like what is actually fun to watch and what's just not, you know. And The Room was something that I had heard about a lot, and I'd watched videos on, things like that. And then they, to tie in with I think it was the same year as the Disaster Artist, they held like a kind of a screening just in regular movie theaters. So I got dressed up.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the Cinemark, and I threw some fucking spoons.
Were you Johnny or were you Mark?
I was Johnny. I was Johnny.
Okay, well, if they ever put in theaters again, you can go as Johnny and I'll go as Mark.
I mean, that's kind of our vibe, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I think they're putting it in Broadway right now, like this summer. Like, but I think we probably missed it, but it's always there. I did see it on 35 millimeter. It was the first movie I saw on 35 millimeter was The Room. I have a selfie with Mark himself. He did like a little. He was promoting a book.
Was that in Utah?
It was in Utah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was at Broadway.
Oh, okay.
It's just kind of a great little artifact, and it's not a lot to say about it. It hasn't already been said, you know, and that's something that I don't have as big a love for this as some other people do, just because I think it's been cracked. And what I love about a bad movie is like trying to figure it out, you know?
Yeah.
And I mean, The Room always will have its mysteries about this guy, where he got the funding, what's his accent, that kind of thing. But it does lag when you're watching it if you're not in the right crowd, you know?
Yeah.
But it's got some great sex scenes in it. It's got some great panning shots. There's a lot of really fun stuff when you see it in theater, but there are a lot of obnoxious people. So
yeah, can you give me your roof scene impression of him walking out the door?
God damn it. Okay, all right. So he goes in. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
I think you missed a third. I did not.
Oh, I did not hit her. It's not true. I did not hit her.
And he goes,
I did not.
I did not. Yeah.
I did not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi, Mark. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was good. All right. Those were our 2003 movies: Kill Bill Volume 1, Lord of the Rings, and The Room.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to move on to 2004 now, which is a stacked year. I think we got 7 movies.
Jesus.
All right. Our first one is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Mm-hmm. This is our maybe only movie on this list with the Manic Pixie Dream Girl.
Oh, interesting. We'll have one in 2010s as well. But yeah, you're right. That is a very big part of this decade.
Yes. That's a big
I
thing
disagree.
for people. Well, there's another movie.
There's
There's another movie with one.
Mm-hmm.
a little bit later. But this one's a little different to me. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, they're both kind of rebukes of it,
Mm-hmm.
I would say. But this is Michel Gondry and our boy Kaufman.
Yeah.
Gondry is crazy because he makes this movie, and he made another Kaufman movie. He made Human Nature, which is like a broad comedy.
Yes.
I haven't seen this one.
I don't know anyone that's seen that.
Yeah, me neither. But and then he makes this. He makes this masterpiece, and then he dips. He makes The Green Hornet. He makes Be Kind Rewind. But it's what a crazy career. I wonder if Gondry will ever come back, because this movie's kind of been co-opted as like, this is Kaufman, this is not Gondry. But this is a hard movie to make. It's a very well directed movie, and it's ambitious and strange. And the fact that it has become a mainstream hit, is something that's stuck the test of time, is not only Kaufman. Because if you have Kaufman only, you see what that does. You know, you get Synecdoche, you get, I think, even anything to get on Malaysia, and that's not what this movie is.
Yeah.
And the fact that this movie kind of can exist as a rom-com, as well as whatever the fuck Kaufman's on, is amazing. And this is just the movie that sad people that are finding themselves in the world watch when they get broken up with, or just in general if they feel lost. And it just won't go away. It's just that poster is forever.
Yeah, it's a very mainstream art house movie. It's kind of like the Donnie Darkos that we were talking about earlier, where, I don't know, this is your first major breakup movie.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
And it's the right amount of weird. It's so interesting to me, and it's kind of a project I've been having, is like finding the right amount of weird. It happened when my mom watched Poor Things. And I was like, how the fuck has it got to a place where Poor Things is this, like, beloved by the Academy and also just watched by normal people that don't like weird shit and are okay with it? I don't know where the line is, and this movie is not as visually weird as that, but it's a strange movie. Like I'm really interested to find the line.
If you're not paying attention, you'll miss what's happening, type of thing. You have to be locked in with this one.
It's a great movie. Do you like this movie a lot?
It's all right. I like it. I don't love it.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's a lot of these movies that are like that. Because I'm looking at the Letterboxd list right now, and your scores for a lot of these are pretty middling. I think you've established a great kind of no favorites for this list. You know, I think it shows your versatility. You know,
But there are favorites on this list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to say, or should we go on to next?
No, we can move on to Mean Girls.
Mean Girls.
Did you ever go to a school like Mean Girls? Like, did you ever have a Mean Girls experience? Like,
no.
Okay. All right.
I mean, no. I was probably just too fucking out of it to notice if I did. I think I was just not in any cliques that would have anything to do with each other. Yeah. I was just a little pathetic little guy, you know. I made people laugh and shit like that, but I wasn't ever. No, I was never in one of these kinds of groups with that kind of a drama until, like, I guess, late high school. But that was romantic drama, and it was within group. I have never had anything like this. How about you?
My middle school exists in a bubble. Yes, we are. Yeah, my middle school, some crazy shit's happened there. You know.
Hell yeah, dude.
A lot of things went down. I was really in the know. I knew everybody at my middle school. I wouldn't say I was popular. I don't know if they knew me, but I knew everything that was happening. You know.
That's sick.
I kind of had my fingers in everything.
And you were just like giving people shit, right?
Yeah.
Just fucking. That might be the best way to go through junior high school. Right?
It is the best way, because I think one of the issues when I talk to people at middle school is they say I hated it because I was awkward. But what you don't realize in the moment is that everyone is awkward. The people that are cool, or that you think are cool, are awkward. And they think they're awkward too. Yeah. And I think I just realized that, in 8th grade. Oh, fuck. I was like, everyone here is stupid. Even people that think they're not are. And so, you know, me and I don't know, the 8 other kids that were into street punk, we just formed a little group, and you know,
but that's the magic of Cooper, is that most people, when they feel that way, they dissolve and they become sad sacks, and they just walk through the corridors of the school, sad as fuck.
But I was angry.
Head down.
I was incredibly angry.
You're angry, but you were happy.
I was.
You had a devilish attitude.
I did.
But a happy little devil. Yeah. Such an interesting way that went down, and I guess that's punk, right?
I would say so.
That attracts those people.
Yeah, but Mean Girls is, I guess, kind of punk. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I watched 30 Rock a lot this year and last year, and Tina Fey is just kind of a genius, and this is her best. Like, it's cool to see her putting her heart and soul into a screenplay and have it pop as much as this is. You know, I think people look over this too easily. I think this should have been like a screenplay contender. I think this is and it's just really perfectly cast, and Rachel McAdams is fucking killing it in this movie.
We have a great cast here, and a lot of people that have gone on to have pretty fruitful careers, I would say.
Yes, I even forgot, and Amanda Seyfried is also killing it. You know, and Lohan's very good in it. You know, she doesn't have as much to do. She doesn't have as much to pop with. You know, but this is a movie this is another movie that's just forever. And the fact that it is so 2000s kind of only it just bolsters it, I think.
Yeah, very, very. I think a very formative movie for a lot of young girls in middle school, for people our age at least. I don't know. I know the wearing pink on Wednesday thing is still like a thing.
Yeah.
So
I mean, this is a very memed movie too, but this is a movie that is in on it. Like, I think American Psycho even is like some people think they're above that movie, or like it's like these things are funny, but it's funny in a strange way, and things like a lot of these movies that we have on this list and that we have going forwards that are memey, they're kind of within this like an irony bubble or something like that. And Mean Girls is something that is just beloved for its jokes and in a very genuine way. And I don't know, it's a wonderful little thing.
Yeah. All right, we got our next Ghibli movie for the list. I think we have another animated movie after this, but Howl's Moving Castle, 2004. You insisted this one be here. Our podcast name is based off this.
It's true, yeah. What was our original name? Let me look it up. But this is I think that if we didn't do it, we'd be clowned on. I think you are going to be clowned on by our many fans for not thinking about putting it in here. Howl's Moving Podcastle. I think no, it was Tony Hawk's Moving Castle movie podcast.
Well, I like Howl's Moving Podcastle. That's good.
It's pretty good. Yeah. Maybe we should change the name, man. But this is a huge movie for the ladies of our generation, and it's only gotten bigger. And this has a lot of like merchandising tied towards it, but it's mostly that people want to fuck Christian Bale in this movie hard. And I think it's so gorgeous, and the soundtrack, and I think this is on the level of something like The Notebook nowadays.
Whoa. You mean Takuru Kimura?
I sure do. And when I watched it, I was weirded out by it. It's a weird kind of dynamic they have, the main character and Christian Bale, but I think that's part of the allure of it. And it's a little fan fiction-y. It's very much playing into like a romantic teenage mindset.
Wait, do you mean to tell me you watched the dub?
Did I watch the dub? I think I might have watched the dub because this is a famous dub. This is Billy Crystal as the little fireman. And this is I think most girls associate Howl with Christian Bale's sexy voice, and he is hot in this movie.
Interesting. I have no idea what you're talking about because I haven't seen the dub.
Oh my god.
I don't think I've seen any.
I think
I've seen most Ghibli movies. I think I've seen all of them with the Japanese versions.
I think I have. Let's see. I've seen Ponyo with both. I've seen Spirited with both. I've seen Kiki. I've only seen the Japanese. Mononoke, I've only seen Japanese. It goes, the ones I saw early on, I watched the dub because they had a bunch of celebrities in them, and I was watching it with people that wouldn't want to watch the sub, you know.
Yeah.
But this one, you gotta watch it with the dub. I think to understand what we're talking about here with the movie canon, you gotta watch it with the dub.
Right.
But this is like, look at this, 4.3 on Letterboxd. If you look at go onto your friends, look at any girl that's rated it, dude. I mean, it's a core text. It's a core text. Even though I don't really care about this movie. It's one of my least favorite Ghiblis.
I don't say it's a least favorite for me, but I don't really care about it.
I don't think it's my least favorite. There's Earwig and the Witch and shit. But this is, of the classics, this is my least favorite of the classics.
Yeah.
The Notebook,
dog. The Notebook. Definitely critical. I mean, we talked about Rachel McAdams a little bit earlier, but this is our first instance of Gosling.
I wish McAdams had better roles nowadays. I mean, she had Are You There, God Is Me, and Margaret. And people were wanting that to get some nominations and shit like that. But she's one of my favorites. I love her.
Yeah. This is a formative romance movie. I wouldn't call it a rom-com. There's comedy moments, but
This is the chick. If a movie's making a joke about a chick flick, this is the movie they go to.
It probably is, but what they get wrong is that it's really good.
It is really good. That's true. It's a sweeping epic.
And it's really sad.
It's very sad.
Yeah.
And I don't know. This is one that is just. I don't think a lot of people talk about this movie, but everyone's watched it.
Yeah.
It's one of the first movies you watch when you're when you want to become when you're just like, I'm a little bit more of an adult and I want to watch more romantic films. This is one of the first ones you go to, and not in like an artsy way. This is just like, you haven't seen this.
It gets parodied a lot. The stuff in the rain. I've definitely seen things make fun of that in, like a celebratory way. But you want to move on to the next one?
Yeah.
All right.
This is White Chicks. This is
White
the other
Chicks.
ones I watched for this episode here.
Yeah.
And this is one I'd like to talk about its reputation with you, because it's something that I don't think had a huge representation like on DVD, unless it was. Maybe it was. What do you think?
I know that I sold this one a lot. I can tell you that.
Okay.
This is another one where we would get new copies of it all the time.
Do you think that's just the modern wave of things, or do you think this is something that's built up over years? It feels to me like this is started like once we started being film people, and it's only grown.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have the bubbling that a lot of these other movies did. Do you agree with that, or do you think I'm just not in the sphere?
I mean, I think that's why it's on the list, is because it's grown so much.
Yeah. I mean, the Wayans brothers, I associate with them with Scary Movie mostly.
Yeah.
It's good to have one of their movies on this list. They establish a lot of what comedy is, but I think it's so interesting that it plays so well with people like of our age, and people are just like, I don't give a fuck. That's funny, dude.
Yeah.
And so my stance on it is, some of it's pretty funny, and I watched this. We have a setup for our television where we have a sound bar and then we have a bass. I cranked that bass up. I thought it would be funny to watch White Chicks with full bass because no one else is in the home.
Yeah.
And then there's the scene where he says, "Out the way, bitch," and then he goes and shits his pants. And doesn't shit his pants. He shits in the toilet really hard. That should have me losing it, because it's the loudest thing I've ever heard in my life. And those are some amazing shit noises, like some of the best out there.
Wow.
And it's just an impressive comedy. I think it has juice to it. I think a lot of it didn't work for me, but I definitely see why it works for people of our generation. And sometimes, because I hear this so often from people, they're like, I saw that movie and it was so stupid, but I kind of loved it, you know?
It is one of those movies, and I think it's a movie that's definitely been like handed down. Like maybe you watched this like a parent or an older sibling at some point.
It's very older sibling to me.
Yeah.
All right, Saw. Yeah,
this is our only horror movie on the list. We're going to do a separate episode for horror, so we're holding off on horror. Yeah.
We were talking about this, though, and we'll save a lot of it for the horror episode, but we were pondering to ourselves, why is Saw the only one on this list?
It's good Saw's here because I think our horror episode will mostly focus on newer things.
Yeah,
more than likely.
So, too.
So.
But it's just like, all of our classics are in 2010. Why is Saw the only one from the 2000s? And I think we came up with the answer, and it's just like the torture porn kind of genre is something that hasn't had its staying power at all. Like, it's very like reactionary, and you feel it once and then you're done with that movie. You throw it away. People don't really want to go back to that stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's so interesting that it was that there's a time where that was mainstream. This and Hostel were mainstream, that kind of stuff. I just think that's really interesting, and we have fully moved away from that. And now all of those movies are only for the freaks, except for Saw. Yeah. Saw is a movie that you see on Netflix. People will just put it on because it's not so secret that this is more of a detective movie and less of a gory movie. I think people can watch it and be like, "Fuck, I'm watching something really nasty," and be fine with it because they don't really show a lot. Yeah. And it's not that bad when it comes to the gore. Well, mainly because of their budget, but also that's just the way it's shot really well. I mean, this is James Wan, and it's very well directed. It's kind of goofy, but it's wonderful.
Well, yeah, James Wan's definitely like an important director for I think people our age, and we'll have a bigger conversation about him at a later time. So I think it is important to have him represented here. I think another thing is that this is a huge franchise. There's like 10 or 11 of these movies. Yeah. And that says something that there's this many of them.
Yeah.
You know? So if this was just one movie, I don't know if this would even make the list because, I don't know, I think the sequels are a big part of it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Having, I don't know, going to see like all of them on your HBO Max screen, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, if this was just like one singular moment.
But this one movie stands out more than
It
any
does.
Final Destination movie or any Saw movie or a lot of other movies. I think this movie has staying power in a way that the franchise doesn't, I think.
Yeah.
51st Dates.
51st Dates.
This is a recent watch for me.
This is a recent watch for you, yes. I think I saw this back in maybe February this year.
Okay, cool.
But I was at a party. It was just kind of on in the background, so I can't really tell you much about it.
This is our representation of Adam Sandler in the 2000s.
Yes. This is another one that it's like if you're thinking of a rom-com, it might be this one.
Yeah.
One of his first collaborations with Drew Barrymore, which he's done a few of with her.
Yeah. And this is on the sentimental side of Sandler's coin, and this and Click are his most sentimental movies, and they both came out around the same time. I think Click was 05.
Mm-hmm.
This is 04. And I don't know, it has... Barrymore in this movie is amazing, and Sandler's really charming, and I think this movie survives in spite of Rob Schneider and some of the stuff in it. But this is a movie that's just an uncomplicated classic for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think it's like a lot of people's comfort movie. It's I don't know if it. I mean, I don't know if it is, but it seems like it would be. You know, it's that type of movie.
It is. I've met people that it is absolutely.
Yeah.
Another. Those are 04s, but the next one's another big comfort movie.
It is. Yeah.
Pride and Prejudice, the Joe Wright movie.
Mm-hmm.
From 05 with Keira Knightley in it, and this is just a big movie for all the women in my life.
Yes.
And what do you think about this movie?
I think my 6th grade teacher showed this to us, and I can't remember it at all, and it's been on my rewatch list for a long time, because maybe I'll like it, maybe I won't, I don't know, but yes. I'm curious because it is so important to so many people in my life. They just is constantly being rewatched by lots of my friends that are women, so I don't know. I need to check it out again.
This had a really big re-release earlier this year.
It did, yeah.
And this goes on. This is 05, so it's in your decade watch strategy. So
it is.
Yeah. It makes sense if you get.
And let's not forget that it gave us fucking Pride and Prejudice zombies.
Oh, you know? Yeah, it did.
And I think that's like what's really important about this movie.
That's why it's on this list.
Yeah. It's not what the movie has to say or anything like that, but it's this spin-off.
All right, next one's the fucking real deal. Like if all these other movies, like, I would only put this on the category, like, on the same level as something like maybe The Lord of the Rings, maybe Kill Bill.
Yeah, this movie.
And Mean Girls.
I think this movie is like the entire reason we're making these lists.
I think so too.
Yeah,
because we just were fascinated by the re-release of this movie.
Yes.
And how it's. We're talking about Star Wars Episode 3: The Revenge of the Sith. Mm-hmm. And I saw a graph of the Letterboxd rating and how ever since Letterboxd been founded, it's gone up and up like a point every year. And now it's at 4.0. It'll probably get higher. Mm-hmm. And this is a lot of people's like Godfather or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just this kind of just unimpeachable classic where they're just like, well, you can't fuck with that.
Yeah.
And what's so interesting about it is that it is entirely genuine, even though a lot of the stuff that they quote and stuff like that are the goofy moments that I don't think are supposed to be goofy. Yeah,
I think I did talk about this movie during its re-release because I had a lot to say about it because I didn't really fuck with it. Mm-hmm. Sorry, everyone. I don't know. Everyone that's like the prequels suck, but hey, that third one.
That's a real movie.
That's a real movie right there. Yeah,
exactly. It was all leading up to that.
Yeah,
you know,
you can ask people and they'll tell you that this is their favorite Star Wars movie. People our age will be like, yeah, that's the one. That's my favorite. Mm-hmm. Which I think is crazy, but yeah.
I just think that what's happened here is that this movie does not work on its own at all, and the other movies don't work on their own pretty much at all.
Yeah.
But what's amazing
are you talking the prequels or the entire?
The prequels.
Okay.
And what's kind of amazing about them is that they make themselves more personal to people by doing this. Mm-hmm. They have the trilogy, and all the interesting stuff usually seems to happen in between, especially between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
They leave the whole war in between there.
Yeah, this isn't a TV show podcast, but a lot of people our age would tell you their favorite Star Wars thing is Clone Wars.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of books you can read. There are 2 shows about the Clone Wars, all that kind of stuff. There's infinite amounts of lore that you can find online or in the games or in all this kind of stuff. And I think if you have all of that going for it, the reaction you have to Episode 3 is very personal and very intense.
Yeah.
And I think that people associate that with the movie and are unable to distance themselves from that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I watched it like you did during the re-release, and I also didn't fuck with it at all. I thought this is a bad movie. This has one of the worst pacing structures in any major blockbuster.
Yes.
Where there's 5-6 scenes in a row where it's the same character talking in different rooms in the same building about something. It's bizarre. And the way that they do Padme in this movie is strange, and the way that they treat the twists are strange, the deaths strange, everything is strange in the movie.
The
politics, exactly. What it's trying to say about religion, or if it even likes the Jedi,
yeah,
or doesn't.
We spent a while talking about whether or not George Lucas does he like the Jedi.
Yeah, I don't know. But I just rewatched it again because my sister was like, I haven't really seen the Star Wars movies that much. I would like to see them, so we're going chronologically. It worked for me more, maybe just because I knew what it was, and I can be like, yeah, this scene is silly and kind of goes hard, I guess. But I think people just love this whole cloth in a way that they would love a troubled person that they love in their lives.
Yeah.
And to the point where they can't even see all the terrible things it's doing to the people around them, you know?
Yeah.
It's such an interesting movie. Do you have anything to say about why you think this has this legacy?
I mean, people love this ending. I think the rest of the movie, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of defenders for the last act who are just like, that's everything. And I have seen people who've, turned on this movie and been like, it's not good. And everyone that's really likes it is, again, a fan of the Clone Wars TV show. And that's fine, I guess if that makes the movie better for you, then more power to you, I guess. I've only seen 1 season, so.
Yeah. But I don't think people are aware of that. I think they look at this as a good...
I don't know. I feel like, okay, so if I'm a 5-year-old and my dad has shown me Star Wars, and that's cool, but it's kind of old, and I like those movies, and he's shown me the prequels, and the first 2 are kind of boring, but this is the last one.
It's PG-13.
It's PG-13, and it's the big conclusion. It wraps it all up, kind of.
Yeah.
And it's maybe the first time I've experienced an epic movie.
Right. Heated quotations, readers.
Yeah. So it's formative in that way.
Yeah, it's more adult than other movies. It treats you as a kid with a little bit more dignity. And also kills kids off, with some balls.
Yeah, and also at that time, Star Wars wasn't a dead horse had been beaten. Whatever that phrase is.
No, I get you.
People weren't looking for a Boba Fett show.
Yeah.
That's gonna suck ass, So Disney hadn't bought Lucasfilms yet, so there was no signs of a sequel or anything. So this is it. This is all you got.
Yeah. I just think a lot of these characters mean a lot to people, and the archetype that they found for Obi-Wan and the archetype they found for Anakin, they're just very powerful for a lot of people. Yeah. And I think they represent a lot of things for people. I think that Anakin in this movie is so culturally relevant, just as a character design, as a performance. And so, I don't know. We could go around and around a lot with this movie, I think. But you're right, it is the main reason why this list exists, because our generation has canonized this movie in a way that no other generation has, and you really wouldn't see coming, especially if you're outside of the generation.
Yeah, I remember I took a film theory class in spring of 2024. It wasn't a very good class. I didn't really like the professor very much, but we did. Star Wars 8 was on the docket for that class as a discussion movie.
Oh, cool.
And we talked about Star Wars more broadly, and he is the definition of a Gen Xer, and he's like, the prequels suck. Yeah. And my class was bothered. They were bothered by him dissing episode 3, which he hated. And they were like, no, but it's good. Yeah. It is our movie, and no one else's, really.
Yeah. And it does have some things that are of its own and are so exclusive to like digital filmmaking, and like the big lava fight is amazing. I think
It is.
and,
I agree with you.
and it is where the tone of the movie it really hits, because these movies are kind of unapologetically silly, and when they can use that for like some sort of operatic finale, it's amazing. And there are things like that in that movie that happen more often than I thought when I first rewatched it.
Brokeback Mountain.
Jack, I swear, this is another movie that had a big re-release this
It
year.
did, yeah.
I guess we're gonna be on those because it's so 5, but this is a movie that is, I don't know, if you're a more sensitive soul, you know this movie, and if you're not a sensitive soul, you know to make fun of this movie. And it is just known as the gay cowboy movie, and that was something that kind of cost it its Oscar when it came out, I think, but it's something that's allowed to persist beyond just the art house crowd, as people know it as the gay cowboy movie, and then they're like, fine, I'll watch it. And then when you do watch it, you can't really fuck with it.
Yeah.
It's kind of incredible, and I don't know a lot of people that could watch this, even if they're coming into it as like, this is fucking silly. I don't know how many people could go out of it and not be like, well, damn, like, I don't know. Like, even if you're just like, I don't know about, but you respect it. You have to respect it. It's a beautiful, beautiful movie, and they CGI'd the sheep, and Heath Ledger's amazing, and I think Heath Ledger having him having 10 Things I Hate About You and The Dark Knight and A Knight's Tale to a lesser extent in the Gen Z canon helps this movie. Like it raises alongside those movies, I think.
Yeah.
And Gyllenhaal helps too, and I mean the incredible. But I think that all the amazing casts on the sidelines is just like a fun surprise when you watch it. I don't think anyone knows that Anne Hathaway or Linda Cardellini or David Harbour are in this movie.
Yeah.
And so they watch it, they're like, oh fuck.
I didn't know Anne Hathaway was in this movie
because they're so young in this movie. It's ridiculous. And so it's just a fun little discovery, and I think this leads this movie to be like it feels like a discovery for people when they watch it in a way that a lot of these other movies don't. But it's still like there's not a lot of people that don't know what this movie is. All
right, those are 2005 movies. It's an okay year.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the weaker years of the 2000s, if I'm going to be honest.
I would agree. All
right, we got Devil Wears Prada. This is the Anne Hathaway, Meryl Streep movie with Emily Blunt and Stanley Tucci.
Don't say Stanley Tucci, don't you dare! He's the touch of the tooch. We get a little touch of the tooch here, and I fucking love a touch of the tooch, and he's touching hard in this movie. He's great in this movie. This is another movie that's just excellent, I think. You don't. The dog doesn't.
No, I don't really care for it.
I haven't seen it in a long time, so I might be wrong. But just in my head, this is crackling, I think. And Anne Hathaway's killing it. Blunt's killing it. Meryl's killing it. We're getting a sequel next year.
Yeah. We'll see if
our generation cares about that.
Yeah, I think that'll say a lot about this movie's placement on this list, whether or not that sequel is anything for us.
Yeah, because I wonder if this movie's more than just a movie I watched with my mom or whatever for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I wonder if people do rewatch this.
It's a Netflix movie. I mean, I don't know if it's on Netflix right now, but you know what I mean.
Feels like it, yeah.
Yeah. So, and there's so many movies that are just trying to capture this movie's energy since this has been made. Mm-hmm. So, it's crucial to this list, I think.
Okay. Next up is The Prestige.
The Prestige. This is our first Nolan movie on here.
Nolan, because we didn't do Memento.
Yes.
We found like Memento is a college movie from the previous generation that only exists to people that are Nolan heads at this point.
I would say so.
Which I mean, Nolan heads is pretty mainstream of a term. I think there are a lot of normal people that are Nolan heads and nothing else when it comes to movies, you know?
Yeah.
That's the filmography they go deep into, and they find Memento and they feel attachment to that kind of, and like I know the ones that are smaller even.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that puts this above Memento for people our age is the cast of having Hugh Jackman, Christian Bale, Michael Caine, Scarlett Johansson, and I just, Guy Pearce is not one of those people.
But yeah, The Prestige I think is also just more prestigious of a movie when it comes to the budget and just kind of the atmosphere around it. It's a lot of the self-mythologizing that comes with these kinds of movies. It feels very weighty and important, even if it's like a silly kind of caper at the end of the day. Has an amazing twist. It's one of those kinds of movies, and I just think this is more of our generation than Memento is.
It is, and I think it's easier to watch. Like I don't know, Memento. You got to really be locked in with Memento.
Mm-hmm.
And it's you can tell Memento's a low budget movie for sure.
Yeah.
So and I don't know. This is a movie where I just hear people talk about it more. Where it's like, have you seen Prestige though?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, so you liked The Dark Knight and you like Oppenheimer. Have you seen The Prestige?
I've seen The Prestige.
Yeah.
Next up is No Country.
Yeah, we're in 2007 now.
This is a great movie year, as it has been said many, many times. How many do we have? Do
we have
only
5.
Have five? Okay, 5.
Yeah.
We have No Country in. We don't have There Will Be Blood in. I guess it was just like kind of a final decision of just like which one means more to the people, and I think that people go to No Country more than they go to There Will Be Blood. I think There Will Be Blood is a step over into the film boy line, and No Country can stick it behind.
Yeah, and I think No Country, it just has a little bit more energy to it. If I don't know, I think There Will Be Blood's a little slower if you're not into like dramas.
It's 3 hours.
Yeah,
it's this and that.
And this has some frightening sequences and some just insane scenes of coins being tossed and stuff like that.
And a performance that is stuck in the culture.
Yeah, and I think that bowl cut is something that like every other guy has. Yeah. I'm gonna get one tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna look like Anton Chigurh, and I might act like him too. So
I would love that next pod.
Yeah.
I can have that attitude.
Yeah.
Superbad.
Superbad.
This is our. This is the only Apatow.
Yes, we discussed others, but this is definitely the most important one to have on the list.
Because we were thinking about it, and 40-Year-Old Virgin, Knocked Up, those kinds of movies, those are of the previous generation more than ours, I think.
I would say so, and I mean I don't know, because like I just think you watch Superbad and you relate to those people more probably than Ron Burgundy.
Yeah.
So it has to be. For us.
This was a movie kind of made about our generation instead of.
Yeah, I mean it's a bit more about millennials, but I think I don't know the amount of people that have a McLovin T-shirt. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. This is just when you put on a comedy, this is one of the ones that our generation goes to. Another one is Juno.
Yes.
Another Sarah joint. I haven't seen this one either.
You haven't seen Juno?
No.
Damn, bro.
I forgot I haven't seen Juno.
This has a great soundtrack. It's got a really great Elliot Page performance. Sarah's really good in it too.
J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons, yes, he's Juno's dad. Maybe you agree with what the movie has to say about abortion. Maybe you don't. But regardless of how people feel about it, they still fuck with the movie, which I think is interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, there are people that put this in the same category as Knocked Up, which are, I think, the same year, right? Is that true? Or
I don't know.
Was Knocked Up earlier? Might have been earlier. And this kind of idea that just because the movie has to happen because they keep the pregnancy, it's anti-abortion, which I think is a strange sentiment.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Juno, so I don't know if it actually is. But I have heard that take a lot from our generation, but it seems to have withstood it regardless. And this is the only Reitman that's really stuck, I think, for our generation.
I would say so. Yeah, it's not Ghostbusters and it's not Saturday Night. So
yeah. I Am Legend.
I Am Legend. This is every 10-year-old boy's first action movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kill the dog.
They do kill the dog. It's pretty sad.
It's a fundamental thing.
There's a cool Batman versus Superman reference in this. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh man, that's what I knew this movie for prior to seeing it. Was there's a billboard with Batman and Superman on it, and people were like, they're doing it.
Oh fuck!
And then they didn't do it for like 10 more years.
Was that during the Sphere? Like, because they were making that Justice League movie around that time. Was this attached to that? Or was
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. This is a Francis Lawrence film who has definitely become an important director for people our age because we love them Hunger Games. We
do, and the Red Sparrow, of course.
Yeah.
Slumberland. He did Slumberland. Remember Slumberland?
I've not seen that.
It came out in 2022. It's a Netflix movie with Jason Momoa and the kid's dreams.
Oh god.
It's crazy that he made that.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that this is maybe our favorite Will Smith performance if you're a person of our age. Unless you want to talk about the Suicide Squad. I'm just kidding. Guys, I'm kidding.
He's fucking kidding over here.
I'm fucking kidding.
But I do agree that I think this is a movie that treats it's a kid's movie that takes itself seriously. It's one of the first movies you watch as a kid that's like feels heavy and dark and mean.
It is, and it's like it's got cool zombie stuff, but it has like kind of a provocative ending if you've never seen like the hero lose. I mean, he saves the day, but he dies at the end.
Yeah.
You know? So
And I love the alternate cut more. And have you heard that they're going with the alternate ending for the sequel?
yeah, I'm not surprised.
So interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is kind of surprising because has it ever been done?
I don't know. All right, we got another one that is a 5-year-old boy's first action movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, Transformers.
Do you like Transformers?
Sure, it's the best one in the franchise, this first one.
Mm-hmm.
I get really bummed when Jazz gets ripped in half.
Oh, man.
He tries to fight either Megatron or whatever that other plane's dude, the other plane. He just disassembles him like a toy.
That is pretty sick.
Yeah.
I think this movie means a lot to the boys of our nation. It's got Megan Fox in it. I think a lot of people hype that up, that element as a kid, seeing Megan Fox, as well as just this had a grip on our nation for a decade. You know?
You know what? I got to tell you, I really thought about bringing out my guitar and doing a little acoustic rendition of what I've done.
That would be really cool. I would have really liked that.
But I didn't. I ran out of time.
You coward.
I can't sing either, so it wouldn't be very good. But maybe one day, if we have a dedicated episode to Transformers, I'll do it.
I'm sure we will.
It'll actually be the last thing we do. It'll be the credits after that, you know.
All right, cool.
So it'll be if Michael Bay directed a Movie Castle podcast.
We had one of those awesome edits that came around in the 2010s of like Up, but Michael Bay, you know?
Yeah.
Just put explosions and shit.
Exactly.
Do you think our generation likes Michael Bay as a figure? They did. I was in the introductory movie class, and we had to pick a director to cover as groups, and one of them picked Michael Bay. And you know what movie they chose to show?
I hope it was Ambulance.
It was Six Underground.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
So yeah, I watched Six Underground in my first film class at Weaver. It was badass.
His parkour movie was at South by Southwest, and I didn't see it.
That's sad, man.
No, it doesn't look like very many people saw it, so it must have only had like one screening, but I wanted to.
I've heard it's good.
Yeah.
Next up, big one. I think after we read them all out, I want to make a list of 5. I think we could easily do that.
All right.
Of these movies. This is on there.
Yeah. It's The Dark Knight.
It's The Dark Knight. Ever fucking heard of it? Dorks. This is a movie that I made my personality of saying this movie sucks when I was a teenager because I thought it sucked. I thought it was boring, and I thought it was silly that there was no blood in this movie. That was a big thing I got held up on. I was like, you're trying to say this is a super realistic crime thriller or whatever, and none of the fucking guns do anything. They look like they're playing with toys or whatever. There's no blood, and I was really hung up on that. I really hated the structure of this movie, and I thought it made no sense. Mm-hmm. And I was right for a lot of it. The movie doesn't make any sense. Probably should have blood. They shouldn't have had blood. Mm-hmm. I think this movie exists. It's cool to watch this movie when we have the Batman, which the Batman is what people talked about the Dark Knight being, this gritty, but the Dark Knight isn't that. I think that makes me respect it more. Dark Knight is heat. It's trying to be heat, and it just has an amazing performance in the middle, and it really knows how to dole out that performance, you know? And I really like the Harvey Dent stuff in this. I love the stuff, Rachel and the funny phone call. I was about to just go into a voice, him screaming Rachel.
I could hear you doing it.
You could hear me starting it, and then I was like, it was
like you were twitching.
That's absolutely gonna destroy the microphone, everything.
It might get our listeners pregnant.
Yeah.
But
this is a movie. I don't know. It's a very smart movie, and it's got a lot of rad shit in it, and it meant a lot if you saw this as a kid in theaters. I bet. Mm-hmm. I didn't. It was too old for me at the time.
Yeah, I didn't either.
It's just this stuck around. This is just the film bro archetype. This is everything. Joker.
They throw a truck. It's pretty cool.
He does a cool magic trick with a pencil.
He does.
Let's just say other things that happens in this movie.
Batman gets bit by some dogs.
Yeah, he does.
He says he's not wearing pads.
Oh, we're hockey pads.
Oh, I thought it was just pads.
Either one of those.
And then he spies on everybody.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
He goes on a boat with the models and stuff.
He does do that.
The ballerinas.
I know that if you saw that gliding sequence in theaters, there was nothing like that at that time, and that was like a shit your pants moment.
Yeah.
And same thing with the truck being thrown in the air because it's all practical.
Mm-hmm. The truck looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Aaron Eckhart
gets
his face blasted.
He does.
Bummer.
I like him in Thank You for Smoking, a movie I've talked about on this podcast before.
He's trying to pass the. Is this the one, or is this Dark Knight Rises, where they try to pass the Dent Act that makes all crime illegal?
Oh, that's the next one.
Okay.
Yeah, they're doing that in his legacy because Batman says that he killed Dent.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Bummer. Pretty good movie.
Yeah.
You know, I've come around. Pretty good. Still not my movie.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out the same day as The Dark Knight.
Yes, Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia.
A movie that's really hard to talk about.
Why is that?
How do you rate this movie? I don't know.
When I first watched it, I thought it was like an ass. I was like, this is like a barely functional movie. Like, I thought the editing was all off, and the script was all off. I really thought this like barely made sense. I haven't watched it since, and then I watched the second one in theaters with my mom, and I was like, that's the shit right there.
Right. Because
Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again is awesome.
That's Lucy's favorite of the two.
That's like, it's a good take.
Yeah.
Do you know like that it's structured like Godfather 2? I
did not know that. No.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
This is Lily James as Meryl Streep, and it's a lot more fun, I think. But Mamma Mia, this is talk about DVDs, man.
Yes. I just barely saw this movie in a hotel for the first time a couple months ago.
It, probably, right?
Yeah. And I had fun with it. I thought it was fine. Probably not something I'll ever seek out again, but I think everyone's doing pretty decent stuff here. All the performances are fine.
Some hot boys in this.
The ABBA score is like pretty good.
Well, two hot boys and then Stellan Skarsgård.
Yeah.
All respect to Skarsgård's house. ABBA. Powerful thing.
Yeah.
And then Iron Man.
Yes, this is the first MCU movie, so why wouldn't it be here?
Why wouldn't it be here? Changed everything. That kind of stuff. This and Dark Knight coming out within like a month of each other, that changes things. And then we have a little speed racer in the middle there. We don't talk about him. I wish he was on this list. He couldn't be on this list. He couldn't be on the kids list. I knew it. I knew it couldn't be done, but it makes me sad regardless. Twilight. You see that they're re-releasing them.
They do this. They do this every year.
I know. I wonder if that's because people seem to be like getting more press behind this one. There's a new poster.
Yeah.
I wonder if the other ones are Utah based, like the other like re-releases.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe
or, like Megaplex chains.
I'm not sure.
Because this feels like they're like this is like the first big re-release in a while is what the import that they're giving it. Because we just barely had them release these in theaters earlier this year.
Yeah, and I don't think when they do that. I don't think those like make the box office numbers at the end of the weekend. I'm wondering if they're going for that.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it is going to make money like these October re-releases because these movies are very important to people, and that this franchise is something that is almost similar to the prequels. I think people like the emotions they feel from it are real, but they are making fun of it while they're enjoying it unironically, which is a weird balance. But I think people they hold the parts that are clunky and strange in their hearts just as much as the shit that works for them. And I don't know. I think this first movie is a vibe. I think it has a vibe. I think it has a look. I think it has a tone. I think the other ones are bad.
Yeah, I agree with you. I've only seen the first three, all pretty recently. I when I saw Twilight for the first time last year, I said to myself, I wish I could watch the movie with no baggage, like not knowing any of the discourse around the movie or anything about Robert Pattinson or Kristen Stewart as performers. I wish I could see it blind, because then I think I'd actually be able to form a real opinion on it.
That's a good point.
I
can't imagine.
And like so much of it was like going and being like, I'm not gonna like this, and like actively fighting against it. But then like the music, like these are all bands I listen to. So there's that, and there's the Hot Topicness of it, and there's the
blue of it.
Yeah, there's the My Chemical Romance of it all, and all that, and I don't know. So
the baseball scene.
It's
it might rock, and that's something I've been coming to terms to because I've seen it. I saw it earlier than you did. I saw it with my ex, and because it was very important to her. And I've had time to reckon with it, and to see where it stands. And I do think it's strange in a way that we would respond to if we saw it in a vacuum. I think it's a great point.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to a movie called Step Brothers.
This is an Apatow.
Yes, this is an Adam McKay movie. Yeah,
it's in the sphere. Because Adam McKay, there's McKay, and then there's Apatow. You choose your fighter in the 2000s. Those are your guys.
Yeah, and they're both on this one.
Are you more of a McKay or an Apatow kind of guy?
Apatow.
Same here. Is this your favorite of the McKays?
No, I don't like this movie at all.
Oh, you don't like this?
No, this movie really annoys me. I don't find it funny.
He puts his balls on the drums.
Yeah, Will Ferrell is like black licorice for me.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I liked him. I think, you know who rocks in this movie? Adam Scott. He rocks in this movie, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is just a good comedy. I don't know, man.
Yeah. I know this was a big
sick.
this was a big one for my friends. They'd come over, or we'd go to someone's house and we'd watch it. And
It's got your vibe, like your friends' vibes.
Mhm.
You know, like that your group.
yeah,
It's interesting.
Maybe,
that it
I don't
doesn't work
know.
For you.
I don't know if it has my friends' vibes. I'd have to think about that. I'd have to see it again, but I don't really want to see it again.
I think the people that I associate this movie with are similar to the
Yeah.
people that I picture your friends being, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And not in a bad way. Like, I think this is a good movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe. I guess when you say that, I was thinking about who my friends are now, and that's definitely not the case.
Yeah.
But maybe in high school, yeah. I don't know. I'd have to watch the movie again and have to like really think about who we were as people and some of the poor decisions we made
Yeah.
between the years of 2017 and 2020. So
It's just a good sleepover kind of movie. This is the sleepover comedy kind of vibe.
it is.
This, 500 Days of Summer. This is the other in the Pixie Dream Girl.
Yes, it
Manic
is.
Dream Girl thing. And this is a movie that kind of just shows if you have media literacy, I think.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of women use this as a litmus test to dudes. How do you read this movie? You
Yeah.
know, who's the bad guy? And there are women that take the dude's side on this thing, which I think is interesting. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a bit, but I remember being charmed by it. I thought it was pretty good.
I really like it. It's definitely my vibe when it comes to that type of movie. I like the music in it. I think Zoe's really good in it.
Yeah, she is.
Joseph's good too. Supporting cast is a lot of fun. Nobody really stands out on the top of my head, but there's some fun sequences with the supporting cast.
Yeah, I think this is very important to how we look at romance in this generation. I think like I said, it's a litmus test for a lot of people. I think it is important. Next up, Fantastic Mr. Fox. This is our Wes movie on the list.
This is the only movie that we considered for the kids movie that is now on this list. Yeah.
Good movie.
It is a good movie. Yeah, it's only Wes Anderson, and I think that of the 2000s Wes Anderson movies, this is probably the only one that really has any true staying power with people our age, unless you're like a weirdo like me.
Yeah.
So
And I think it establishes the cottagecore vibe. Like, it doesn't establish it, but I think that if you fucked with this as a kid, you're into that as well.
Yeah.
This is a type of person that loves Fantastic Mr. Fox, and they're not necessarily obnoxious film freaks. I think they can be isolated.
yes, because this is a kids movie, and I think a lot of people did see this growing up, even if it wasn't your jam. I think that it is seen by lots of people.
I see this in the same realm as Rango, as like if you're a kid and you like this, you feel a little bit different, or
Right.
like they feel more adult. They just have a similar vibe to me.
Yeah, and it's a Roald Dahl adaptation, which is maybe a bit more challenging in terms of being darker.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got that going for it too.
Avatar.
Yeah. Talk about a Blu-ray movie.
Hey,
Yeah.
blue.
Yeah, it is
They
blue.
have blue.
It is blue.
They blue.
Yeah.
This is a movie that a lot of people like to bitch about, and a lot of people like to watch, but they all talk about it, and it stays forever. If this movie and this is a great DVD Blu-ray movie, like you said, this is a great 3D movie. I think this is something that a lot of people had their minds blown. I think there are people in our generation that saw it at theaters and had their mind blown. I didn't.
I didn't see it in theaters either. I don't know. I mean, I didn't see it until I started getting into movies, but I remember the hype when it came out. And I remember being at like RC Willie's and it was just always playing on TV because because like first off, if you're showing off new TVs, you want the best looking movie for it, and that's this. So
you just unlocked a little memory in my noggin. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's cool.
You can, was that
no,
the memory?
It was exactly that. It was just exactly that. I remember seeing this at RC Willie.
All right,
that's all.
I actually saw you there.
Oh, you saw me there. Sick, dude.
Yeah.
My sister watched this in the first time in the back of a car on the little like top DVD player. You know, I think that's fun.
That is fun.
I think it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a good movie?
I think it's okay. I don't have a relationship with these movies.
I think Zoe Saldana needed to be nominated for an award. I think maybe she should have won because if you like this movie, it's usually the reason it works, and it's kind of in the same way of in The Matrix, they hired Hugo Weaving and they just told everyone else follow his lead, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just like Zoe Saldana, she makes this not embarrassing. And the way that she talks and the way that she acts and makes it feel more alien and less like a pastiche of like various world cultures and stuff like that. And I just don't think the movie works without her. I think the movie would have maybe even like, I don't not say bombed, but it wouldn't have become what it did. If I think it would have broken people if she wasn't like how she is in that movie. I think
that's a good point.
The Hangover.
The Hangover.
This is our last comedy in the list, and I think that I really don't know how our generation reacts to this movie because it was something that was treated like Rite Aid or something like that. Mm-hmm. It was treated like this huge moment for people.
Did you compare it to Rite Aid?
I did.
That's crazy.
I think that people that watched it at the time have this kind of rapturous reaction to it. It's just like, fuck, everyone was there. We were in the moment. We were losing our shit, rolling in the aisles and that kind of thing. Why don't we have that anymore? And I think it's a little bit more complicated for our generation now. Yeah. As it's become like a Netflix movie. Mm-hmm. How do you think our generation views The Hangover?
As probably just one of the last comedies. I don't know. It feels different to me than other comedies that came after it. I don't know. I do think it's just like its legacy of like being a big thing in its moment.
Yeah. It's the last gasp of the 2000s comedy. Exactly. In a lot of ways. Yeah. And it's got the kind of thorniness and kind of like laissez, like the devil may care 2000s attitude towards social niceties and shit like that, and just like it's don't think too hard, it's funny. I think Ken Jeong in this movie is awful.
I think Ken Jeong is awful in everything, and Community is my favorite sitcom.
Wow. Yeah. Do you think he's awful in Community then?
I don't really like him that much in Community, like, especially when they start to use him more. Mm-hmm. And those are the weaker seasons. So.
Do you think this movie's funny?
It's fine. I don't know. I don't have a relationship with it. I've seen it, and I've seen the second one. I don't know. It's okay.
I think Cooper's the juice in this movie. Yeah. Bradley Cooper just looks gorgeous in this movie, and is just the most charismatic guy in it as by far.
I do wonder if Zach Galifianakis' presence as like between two ferns is sort of like
helps this.
He helps this, yeah, for people our age at least.
I think so too. I think everyone's seen those clips. And yeah. I think his outfit in this is very like recognizable, and I think this movie just has some iconography behind it that keeps it carrying on. So when people see it on a streaming service or whatever, they know what it is, they know what to expect, and they're like, I should probably watch that.
And I think Ed Helms is also somebody that people our age care about through The Office. Yeah. So this is if you're a fan of that, then maybe you'll check out this. Yeah. So.
All right. Last one, right?
Well, we have two more.
Yeah.
We got Jennifer's Body.
Jennifer's Body is the Diablo Cody movie that kind of means the most to our generation. Mm-hmm. And she's a writer that I think does mean a lot to this generation.
I believe she wrote Juno as well.
Oh, fuck. You're right. She's fucking Juno. Jesus.
I'm trying to think of like what else I could compare this to on this list of this being sort of just like queer-coded movie that just women love. Mm-hmm. I don't know, maybe American Psycho?
Yeah, I mean, I think that is a great comparison. I think if you're looking at this, I think the people that love Jennifer's Body, they'd like Donnie Darko and they like American Psycho. Yeah. It kind of feels like those movies. It feels also, it's very indebted to like things like Heathers, I think.
Yeah, it's actually, I mean, even Twilight to some extent.
Yeah,
you could put it in the Twilight canon. It's just a good Halloween movie.
Yeah, you're right. There is a big Venn diagram between. It's a pretty good movie, man. I need to rewatch it. I haven't seen it in a while. I should probably see it. It was another like movie that was on kind of in the background at a party that I was paying attention to, but again, I was like at a party.
At an event. Mm-hmm. So.
And then the last one, man.
Glorious Bastards.
This one we were wishy-washy on whether to include. If this means a lot to only like film people, and if it means a lot to this generation, you know, like it's beloved by people that are a bit older than us. More broadly, but for our generation, it feels like you do have to have some sort of like you have to be a little bit obnoxious film guy to like fully love this movie. But I think the Brad Pitt of it all transfers. I think a lot of the that's a bingo and shit like that transfers. This is a meme movie.
It is.
I think people are aware of this movie. It has a strange name. I think people take notice of this movie. Yeah, normal people.
Yeah. That opening sequence is, I don't know, one of the great screenplay moments of the decade.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just think like even if you're not up on Tarantino or I don't know, top of the iceberg art house movies, and you see this, you'll probably like it.
Mm-hmm.
It just I don't know has an energy and juice to it that I think people will get behind.
Yeah, it's a big one for my friends.
Yeah.
I showed it to them.
Yeah.
They love it. So that's our list.
That is our list.
I want to go through and do the 5.
All right, pick your 5.
Okay, I pick Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
I pick Episode 3. I pick The Dark Knight.
Mm-hmm.
I pick Twilight.
Okay.
And then I pick Howl's Moving Castle. Fuck you.
Okay. I would pick Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
I would pick keep track of Star Wars 3, Iron Man, The Dark Knight, and I maybe Twilight. Maybe Twilight.
I thought it was Twilight.
No.
Did I say Twilight? I did say Twilight.
Yeah, you did say Twilight. I don't know. Maybe Superbad or maybe Mean Girls instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have a pretty big crossover with the 5.
Yes.
So I think that there is some truth to that. I think we stretched it a bit for this list. I mean, they all felt natural, but like the elites, the elites are pretty small in this list, and there'll be a lot more that are like that, kind of undeniable in the 2010s. All right.
Cool.
Well, thank you, Cooper.
Yes.
This was a gay old time.
Yes, it was. You have your Blu-rays here.
Oh yes. I already showed these to you, so there's no reaction. But I went and I bought Signs on DVD because I had to rent it otherwise. I was like, I'll just fucking buy it,
Yeah.
And then I got a 4 for $10 at the Grey Whale in Ogden. I got Crank, and I got Crank 2. And I got The Adventures of Tintin, which was the first Blu-ray I ever bought with my money. One of the first purchases I made with my own money. Because I loved that movie when it came out. And now I own it again. And then I got Steve Jobs because I'm getting boiled and I haven't seen this movie. And I think I would really love it.
It's good.
And then I found Fuck the Devil and Fuck the Devil 2 Return of the Fucker. And this is a German film from the 90s, early 90s, that's like a super lo-fi movie about a man, about 2 VHS tapes of Evil Dead 2 and Nightmare on Elm Street that come to life and start fucking murdering people. And it just sounds like my kind of shit. And I'm excited to watch it in the dead of night one day. And then I ordered 2 movies from A24. Have you gotten any movies from A24 proper?
No, they have a lot of them at like Walmart though.
Yeah.
So
I got Friendship, and I Saw the TV Glow, the Conor O'Malley double feature, and I rewatched I Saw the TV Glow recently, and it's become one of my favorite movies. It's just cemented itself. I'm like, this isn't because there's a part of me that's like I was so caught up in the romance of the Sundance and like my personal connection to the movie, and telling people to watch it and all that kind of stuff. And now that it's like a year out, a little bit more over a year out, like it's still there, and it clicked, and I think it has a power to it that not a lot of movies have. And I got Friendship, which I'm excited to rewatch, especially with my friends. We're a Tim Robinson household, and so we just need to have this to look over. And this has do you know how about the 12-minute scene it has in it?
I've heard about it on YouTube.
Yeah, there's a 12-minute version of the Conor O'Malley scene in the garage where they argue about Iraq, and I needed to see that. So I got those 2. What do you think about the design decision to have the barcode as a huge part of the layout of it all?
That's fine.
It's a strange decision to me. I wonder why. It kind of looked cool, I guess. I don't know.
I'll just shout out some movies I watched. I rewatched Anora, and I liked it a lot more this time. I think when I saw this back in November, I think in my mind, I always knew this was going to win Best Picture. No matter how many nominations Emilia Perez got or how much hype The Brutalist had for a week, I knew.
I mean, it was front runner for months and months and months.
It was, and I think I just went into this and I was fighting it, and I said, I don't know, and I don't know why I did that, and it's something I try not to do, and I generally am not like that as a movie watcher. Fight the movie, Yeah. And so I like it more now. It's still definitely not my pick for Best Picture or anything like that. There's still a few more movies I'd pick over this one, but I think I was just able to I don't know, turn off my brain isn't the right word, but not look at it as an awards movie this time.
Yeah.
And enjoy it way more this time. So.
I mean, I agree with once we got our hands on it, it was this big pundit for Best Picture. It was just
exactly.
There was no way to see it other than that.
Yeah, and it just didn't feel like that to me, especially having already seen something like The Substance, which I like way more and I think is way more interesting, and Nickel Boys, which I saw a couple months later. Mm-hmm. So.
The ending of Nora is amazing. Mm-hmm. I think about it a lot.
And then I rewatched Empire Records. This is a movie that I saw when I was working at a record store, and I liked a lot. And then I found it very annoying for a while, and I like it now again.
That's cool.
So, yeah. These people are very cool and very weird. That's what I got to say about the cast in the movie. I like them.
And you haven't seen High Fidelity yet, right?
I have seen High Fidelity.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do you like High Fidelity?
That one's a little more annoying to me.
Cool.
I don't know. John Cusack's character gets on my nerves.
Yeah, he's a bitch.
And then I watched the 1945 version of And Then There Were None, which is a book I read in high school. And I really liked this until like the last 5-10 minutes. I thought it was just very anticlimactic. And Then There Were None is my Ma movie of the week.
Oh, cool.
I would love to see Ma in this cast of characters.
What's she going to be up to?
She's just going to be one of the people that gets picked off,
Okay.
That's the premise of it, is that someone on the island is killing these people. There's 10 of them, and then there were none of them.
I mean, that sounds pretty good.
And I just would like to see Ma in this environment. How would she cope? How would she adapt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a good pick for Ma of the week. I saw Trainspotting. It fucked.
Mm-hmm.
The movie rocks.
The baby crawls on the ceiling.
Baby crawls on the ceiling. Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
The carpet. Some good needles. I just been bumping that soundtrack all week. It's doing things for me, man. I love The Boil. And I saw a movie called The Streak because my dad was like, "Do you want to go see a Utah-based documentary about baseball?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, Dad." And then I took my grandparents, and they love baseball. And then it was a much more interesting movie than I thought it was going to be. It's really shooting high. It's the cinematographer is fucking going for it. It seems like they want to make this documentary more feel like a regular baseball movie, and so they're doing weird things with the form for the documentary to make it feel like more of a normal movie. And I found it very charming. It's very messy, it's strange, but it was a fun little theater experience I had. I think that's most of it. That's all she wrote, I think.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be back either with a regular episode or the third part of this series sometime.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Get out of the castle. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.